Hey everybody, this is Tom. Welcome back to DLD Drum School. This is the channel where we don't just learn how to hit the drums, we are learning how to play the drums. This video is going to be really exciting because we are going to combine the rock rhythm 1 that we learned in beginner video 1 with the 4-beat drum fills that we've learned in video 2 and combining those together so we can really get to grips with playing to backing tracks from start to finish in a way that's entertaining to our real or imaginary audience. It's so much fun. So first of all, let's just have a look at what this is going to sound like. I'm going to demonstrate for you 3 bars of rhythm 1, and then I'm going to put the fill that we learned in beginner video 2 as bar number 4. When music is in 4 beats in a bar, 4/4, it's not a rule, but it's very, very common and basically almost always that the music is also arranged as 4 bars in a row. So don't be surprised when the fill lands on multiples of 4, on the 4th, the 8th, 16th bars of a passage of music. So just before we break this down and get into the details, as always, if you would just give us a like, give us a subscribe, share this channel with as many people as you can, we'd be so grateful. And also remember, down in the comments, you've also got the opportunity to sign up and access additional material and some exclusive material, which is really going to help with your drumming career. So as always, before we begin on any drum kit, we need to make sure we set up correctly. On the screen, we've got the 6 DLD drumming checkpoints. Starting with number 1, the seat in the correct position. Make sure those feet are down, toes down, good balance on those pedals, good straight back and posture. Focus on good quality grip. Switch your brain into drumming mode. Get ready to do it like a drummer. And also keep an eye on any little habits that you may have developed so you can iron those out by reminding yourself every time you play. So in this video, there's actually nothing new that you haven't done before if you followed beginner video 1, the rock rhythm, and beginner video 2, which is the 4-beat fill. There's nothing new at all, but the challenge is all about the transition. It's all about change. And this, you are going to find over and over again that managing change is one of the most difficult things about drumming. I always say when things are difficult, it's not actually because it's difficult, it's because it's different. And so we've really got to think about how our brain works and manage these transitions so we get smooth flow. So to begin with, we're just going to focus on doing 1 bar of rock rhythm 1, and we're going to change into our 4-beat fill, finishing with that bass crash on the end. Now, if you think about any situation where you have real life transitions, for me, the 2 best examples is driving a car or riding a bicycle, or even just walking down the road. We're doing 2 things at the same time, always. We're thinking about what we're doing right now, and we're also thinking ahead to what is coming next. So we have that smooth change so it doesn't come as a surprise when we get there. So as you're playing rock rhythm number 1, we need to start to think about that transition from this position for rhythm into this position ready for the fill so it comes nice and smoothly. Now, a really great way of managing transitions to begin with is just to introduce a gap. And the gap can be as large or small as you want it to be. And the whole point of the gap is to allow your brain time to get used to what's coming next. Remember, we're in practice mode at this stage. So it doesn't matter how fast we go. It doesn't matter how great our drumming sounds. The only thing that matters is accuracy and control and the quality of our drumming. So this is going to break down into 3 steps. Step number 1 is 1 bar of rhythm. Step number 2, I put myself into the V shape on the drum, nice separation and bounce. 4-2-4-2. Remember those words, Coca-Cola chocolate, Coca-Cola chocolate. The mouth really helps control the body. And then we finish off with that bass crash using the neck of the stick on the crash cymbal, bass drum at the same time. So it's 1 bar of rhythm, 1 bar of fill going into bass crash to finish. So I'm going to start off first of all doing each of those 3 phrases, thinking about the transition with a gap in between. Then I set myself comfortably, make sure I feel good in my head. If you don't feel good in your head, it means you're not ready. So wait for your brain just to calm down and get ready for what's coming next. Doesn't matter how big that delay is. And then I'm smoothly going up to that bass crash to finish. So keep working on that over and over again. And with these gaps, just reduce them. And the idea is that we end up with no gap. Now, if you reduce the gap too quickly and you find yourself tripping over and making mistakes, it just means that you've jumped ahead too quickly. So increase that gap. Remember, practice mode is all about accuracy. And then we're going to finish with no gap. It's going to sound like this. So you might want to pause the video at this stage and just get used to that idea of 1 bar of rhythm, 1 bar of fill transitioning into the bass crash. And when you're comfortable, we're now going to expand this and increase the number of rhythm bars, because rhythms tend to be the more dominant section of our drumming when we're playing to backing tracks or in real life situations. So we're going to work now towards 3 bars of rhythm and 1 bar of fill, finishing with that bass crash. Now, because the first 3 bars are the same, as far as your brain is concerned, that's comfortable. Do it once, do it again, do it again. Remember, it's always the transition, the change, that's the difficult thing. So whilst you're locked into those 3 bars of rhythm, holding that, start to think about a smooth change into that fill position, into the bass crash. Again, use gaps if needed, but ideally try to get rid of them now so you've got that lovely 4-bar sequence. I'm going to demonstrate this again with the backing track so you can see what we're aiming for. 3, 4. Fantastic job. So as we've already said, these fills combining with rhythms really makes our drumming come alive. Just be careful not to overdo it. Make sure that your drumming always fits in. That's our golden rule number 3. Everything we do, make sure it fits in with what's going on around us. So as always, to apply this to the real world, remember, first of all, everything we do, we start in practice mode. Just build this up in steps, use the gaps, break it down nice and slow. Then as we move into performance mode, you can start to make your drumming really come alive. Switch on the 6 golden rules of drumming. Start to play nice and slowly with metronomes, building up towards playing along with backing tracks, or even in the real world with live musicians if you're lucky enough to be able to do that. Now remember, as always, you can practice this stuff wherever you like with air drumming. There's a whole video actually dedicated just to how to get the best out of your rhythms. This is the only instrument that really we can practice without the actual physical instrument. So tapping away on desks, just try not to get yourself in too much trouble, but trust me, it makes such a big difference to your real world drumming. So this is something you can really have lots and lots of fun with, because really now you can take on all sorts of songs from start to finish, drop in those fills where it just feels right. As I said, the music very often sort of tells you really where it's going to fit, and have lots of fun, because that is really what music and drumming is all about. 3, 4. And that is it. That is our lovely combination of rhythms with fills. As always, just a reminder, if you could give us a like and a follow, that would be really appreciated. Subscribe to the channel, share it with your friends, and remember, there's all sorts of great links down in the comments, including your opportunity to sign up to some exclusive material and additional lessons. So keep on practicing, keep on playing, and remember, everything that you do, do it like a drummer. We'll see you in the next video.